They like to use the impeach word, impeach Trump. How do you impeach somebody that's doing a great job? But if it does happen, it's your fault because you didn't go out to vote. Okay? You didn't go out to vote. I'll be the only president in history. They'll say, what a job he's done. By the way, we're impeaching him.
Impeaching him because he's doing a good job. That's one of the things Pete Hegseth heard. We dispatched Pete last night to Big Sky Country, where right now it's dark sky country.
It sure is. You know, the 2018 midterms loom large. That's why the president was here. He's trying to beat John Tester. But in between now and then, of course, they've got to fund the government. They've got a budget to pass. And the president has said time and time again, I want my wall. No more funding without the wall. Well, that was one of the multiple questions I had a chance to ask him before he took the stage. Here is the president's answers. Another issue this crowd is often fired up about is the wall, a commitment you've made. Washington hasn't been so good at that. There's another budget showdown coming up. Well, Congress hasn't been very good at funding that wall. You've got a budget showdown coming out this month. Would you shut down the government if wall funding is not included?
So we've started the wall. We've spent now close to $3.2 billion. We're in different parts of California. We're doing an 80-mile strip, but we are looking to get the rest of the funding. Here's the thing. I have a lot of great Republicans. We need Republicans elected in the midterms. We have to get Republicans. And we are getting the wall done, but I've had so many people, good people, great people, they'd rather not do it before. They'd rather do it right after the election. They don't want to do anything to upset the apple cart. And my inclination, if it was up to me, I'd shut down government over border security in a second. And I guess when you get right down to it is up to me. But I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt us or potentially hurt us, because I have a feeling that the Republicans are going to do very well. We have the strongest economy we've ever had. I think we're going to do really well in the midterms between the tax cuts and all of the other things we've done. So most likely I will not do that, but we're going to do it immediately after the election. I have the commitment from Mitch McConnell, from Paul Ryan, from everybody. We do it right after the election, where hopefully, frankly, it'll be easy because we'll have more Republicans, not less. We're doing very well in the Senate. And I think we're doing really very well in the House. But we'll see how it comes out. It'll be an exciting day, I can tell you that. Nothing will be as exciting as our day almost 2 years ago. Can you imagine?
That's
almost 2 years. So we're going to get the wall. We've already started the wall, and we'll continue onward.
Mr. President, tonight is the first NFL game. They don't have as many viewers as they used to have. But from Colin Kaepernick to the NFL to now Nike, who's going to win this cultural showdown of standing for the anthem?
We are. I don't know what the NFL is doing. Honestly, I don't know what the NFL is doing. From what I understand, it's in contracts that you have to stand for the national anthem. In fact, they have somewhere it says you will stand, you will have the helmet on the ground and the hand on the heart. That's what it says. I don't know why they're not enforcing it. And in cases where they don't have it, you know, they had a new thing where they don't have to do that. You don't have to kneel. You can go back into the locker room. I think that's worse than kneeling in a certain way. You're going back in. That shows that you just have no respect for the anthem or the flag. I don't like what Nike did. I don't think it's appropriate what they did. I honor the flag. I honor our national anthem. And most of the people in this country feel the same way. They feel the same way.
One more quick question back to Washington. Rudy Giuliani just told the AP that you will not be answering any questions written or in person to the so-called special counsel. Can you confirm that?
Look, there was no collusion. Even in these crazy books, they don't talk about collusion. There was no collusion with Russia. I love this country. Now, if we get along with China, where we're doing very well in trade, do you notice what's happening? Do you see what's going on? And with Canada and with Mexico and with different places. But if we get along with China, if we get along with Russia, if we get along, just a little while ago, a very nice statement came out from North Korea. You probably saw that. By the way, you won't read that in the papers, because when it's nice, they don't put it in. Kim Jong-un said very nice things. He said, we want to get denuclearization during the Trump administration. It just came out a little while ago. Nice, very nice. And I hope you heard what I said, because you don't read that in the fake news media. You just don't. I mean, they don't want to write that. They only want to write bad when it comes to us, and it's a shame. The level of unfairness and bias in the press is actually incredible. But in the meantime, we're winning, folks. Be happy, because we're winning. We're winning.
There's even more we're going to share later on in the program, but I was struck by a very prudent approach, I think, on the government shutdown. We don't know where he would come down on that. He wants to shut it down. I think that's his impulse to get that wall. But clearly, the 2018 midterms are a big factor, and the discussions with fellow Republicans have said, let's wait until after the elections to have the wall fight.
Right, and fund those 9 bills that are on his desk, and then the wall money would. That's the limbo part coming up. Pete, what was it like accidentally triggering that build the wall chant?
I know it's a live action interview. You've done that, Steve, too. You've been on the White House lawn sort of doing it in real time. You don't really know what's going to happen. You can't really interview through a build the wall chant. You just got to kind of let it run its course. And then you continue the interview. So it's certainly a unique dynamic. No doubt.
It struck me, too, Pete, that the crowd really, they understand the issues. Sometimes I think this is,
yes.
We don't want to, get so caught up in the minutia of all this and the Mueller investigation. When you asked about those questions, whether or not he's going to get the questions in advance, the crowd was cheering. They really are for that. So they are totally following the story, and they get it.
These crowds are incredibly dialed in. The folks that support this president follow the day by day. They're not seduced by the latest piece of news or scrap of Russia talk in Washington, but they follow it because they believe in this president and want to defend him. Part of it is knowing what he's under attack for. So it's certainly an informed crowd.
And it was clear to me, Pete, that you understood the issues, because I also watch you on the weekends. So you're going to come out with a little bit more about the race, about Tester and company, right?
Yes. There's more to come on this interview. We went local with Tester as well.
All right.
All right. Hey, Pete, do you want to toss to Jillian? It's time to do the news.